As we speak, there's no president and commander-in-chief in this country. Forget the fellow citizens in Aso Rock. If we had a president will issue directive. If we had a president, these people won't be doing this. You can't do this under Obasanjo. Even under President Jonathan, that people thought was weak, you can't do this because you know there's somebody there. But in this case, the president Aso Rock appears unaware, appears aloof, appears incompetent, appears interested in what is going on. He has no knowledge. He doesn't know how to go about the whole thing. And that is why ministers can disagree amongst themselves. There's no coordination. And that's why government can have policy somersaults because there's no interagency cooperation.
Can I digress just a bit because of what you said? Do you think this cluelessness on the part of the president is intentional? I mean, intentional on the part of, people who work closely with him, keeping him in the dark as to what's going on in the country. Do you think that's intentional?
No, it is. There's difference between being intentional and different between
being indifferent.
Indifferent.
Okay.
The truth of the matter is that there's no way you can hide things from people. President Babangida in those days used to drive on streets of Surulere. Some of us are aware. Obasanjo used to do the same thing. He goes without security. You see, a president should be hands-on. A president should be hands-on. Given there are, you're protected, and because once you're in the villa, you're almost like cut away from the world. But again, don't you read the papers? Don't you hear what goes on? Do you really have to depend 24 hours on your age to be able to know what is going on? Please now, they know that the man is incapacitated. They know that the man is incompetent. They know the man has no longer... Age has caught up with him. We all have aged parents. Do you understand me? We all have aged parents. We know what age does to people. And then in his own case, with his ill health and all that, all this combined to make him inefficient. So we do not have a president.
And I'm talking on behalf of the students. Government should please hear our cry and come to our aid. Thank you.
Which school are you from?
I'm a student of Falana State University.
What is your
name?
What is your name?
I'm Falana.
From which state?
Falana State.
Where are you studying?
I'm schooling in Falana State University.
Which course?
Agriculture.
In Ministry. Correct. Women.
I'm Gladys Blumen, an ex-staff of Defense Industries Corporation of Nigeria. What happened on Monday was needless if the government would have a listening ear and accede to what the populists are talking about.
Oh, my name is Adedeji. I was going to Kaduna for I-trip.
Muni passenger da muka taso daga Abuja zuwa Kaduna ranar Litinin 28 ga watan uku shekara ta 2022 wanda akan hanyar mu ta zuwa Kaduna aka samu nasarar kama mu tun daga lokacin zuwa yanzu muka san irin halin da muke ciki. Akwai mata da ƙananan yara, akwai tsofi wanda yake ba su da lafiya, akwai mu karan kanmu wanda yake shekaru sun fara tafiya muna cikin wani irin hali na kai. So don haka muna kira ga yan uwa da abokan arziki da kuma ita gwamnati da a dalilin da muka shiga wannan hukunci na rayuwa da shi wani abu na gaggawa don ganin cewa mun kai ga kiran lafiya. Assalamu alaikum.
Ƙarin bayanin da zan sha shi ne akwai korafe da suke da shi ya kamata gwamnati ta tafi. These terrorists who are Fulani bandits from Niger, from Mali, from all these things, they will come and take over the villa. They will go to government houses and take over. Mark my word, just like what happened in Afghanistan will happen here if Mr. President doesn't rise up. What can Mr. President say 7 years running that PDP did? PDP left 190 or thereabout naira per dollar. How much was petrol sold? How much was the economy? How many industries did we have? How many, we only heard about Boko Haram in the Northeast. Today it is everywhere. It is in Benue. Every day they are killing in Benue. They are killing in the North Central. Several states in the North Central. Nobody is going to farm. Even me, I cannot go to farm. Even when I was attacked, could not be given the privilege of having justice. I was told that security men arrested 13 Fulani and one Juku man and one thief man, and today they have freed those Fulani men. The people that are prosecuting is the thief man and the Juku man, who is a fisherman. And the thief boy is my own cousin. Where I went, he was with me. When I was being shot at, he could have been killed too. And so this is the level of injustice that is happening. You talk about justice, you talk about corruption. This government does not have right to be talking about corruption. Corruption is called APC government today as it is. They have no moral right. In fact, I want to call on Mr. President. If he is a man of integrity, as he was known in 2015, he should free Jolly Nyame. He should free Governor Darie. He should free all those people that they are prosecuting for. They have no business in saying that prosecuting those who are corrupt, because this government is more corrupt. All this money that they are just stealing in broad daylight and are making things very difficult for people. Why should they be talking about corruption again? The young man is doing his best, who is in the EFCC, but he's being frustrated. Now he cannot prosecute or arrest anyone except he gets clearance from the presidency. I am aware of this. If you check all these people who are in government, look at the current national chairman of APC. The senator was being prosecuted for billions of naira. But today he has been freed, and somebody carelessly from the presidency said that the man's sins has been forgiven. The former chairman of APC said that once you get into APC, your sins are forgiven. If every day EFCC are arresting people from my state because I have refused to join them. If I had joined them, they will say that my sins are forgiven. Anyway, I have not committed any sin anyway. And I'm ready. When EFCC messed up with me and took me to arrested some of my people, frozen my account, I went to court, Federal High Court. And the Federal High Court awarded to me 100 million naira, which they have refused to pay, and have gone on appeal. And this is the kind of thing that is going on. So this government doesn't have any right. In fact, I will suggest that free everybody who you are accusing of corruption. Then if you want to call a fight for corruption, call everybody, call all the stakeholders to come.
Ẹ ti gbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Benue Samuel Ortom, ẹ tún gbọ́ ti Falana. Kí ló tún kàn? Ẹ wò ó, ẹ fi ṣe ìfidọ́gba sáwọn orílẹ̀-èdè míì nílẹ̀ adúláwọ̀. Bembeyeke TV, subscribe bẹ́yẹn bó ṣe ń wò ó, farabalẹ̀ wò ó dópin, wò ó nítorí pé àwọn àlàyé ọ̀rọ̀ ń bọ̀ lẹ́nu Falana.
You are looking for those who voted for Buhari or those who voted for Goodluck. For me, they are birds of the same feather. And I think the recent APC convention proved conclusively that the APC and the PDP are two sides of a coin. So I don't know the base of your quarrel. Many of you also forget that when the cabal said Jonathan will not be allowed to govern the country, we went to the street. Were you there? Prof, led us in Lagos and Abuja to say there is a constitution. If the president cannot be found, the vice president must take over the country. Before the National Assembly people now brought out the doctrine of necessity. So please, you also must be fair to history. Between 2012 and now, I have taken part in 4 demonstrations. My son led the NSAS protest. They started like a joke, a few of them. And some of your people called me, talk to your son. He can't continue what you were doing. I said, well, if the country hasn't changed, it's an adult. That is his own business. So please, if you are quarreling with those who demonstrated against Jonathan, we have also demonstrated against Buhari. Buhari, Oyegun, Amechi and others demonstrated against Jonathan in November 2014 over insecurity. And when they now quarrel with those who demonstrate against his security, we have reminded them. Now, we are talking of protest. And I've said it publicly. Obasanjo did this. I mean, in 2003, Buhari and others had a protest in Kano. They were tear gassed. That was what led to the death of Shuba Okadibo. He hailed, a lot of poisonous gas. Now, Buhari led the team that came to my chambers, and I've said this publicly. We have no money. Can you please help us challenge this law that requires us to get permission to demonstrate in our country? And I went to court for them. The police lost at the High Court. They went on appeal. We defeated them. We now have to remind Buhari, come. This was what they did for you. You cannot attack those who protest against your government. And I can tell you today, by virtue of Section 83 of the Police Act of 2020, it's now stated there. During protest, the police shall provide adequate security. So those are the things we should be talking about. What's my business with choosing between Jonathan and Buhari? And in any case, we are told now that they may end up in the same party. So why are you wasting your time about who voted for Jonathan or who voted for Buhari? Of course, people are bound to vote for political parties of their choice. And I'm a lawyer. You don't come to the public and discuss who did you vote for. It's a personal, private matter. But for those of us who are in the radical, terrain of our politics, there's no way you could have persuaded me to vote for either of them. Buhari detained me. So is that what I should be celebrating in 2015? Buhari detained me in 1984. Not for committing an offense, but for defending Fela. How can that be an offense? The Fela sang against them. Why can you be his lawyer? So what's your business with that? So please, those who voted for Buhari or who campaigned for, that is their business at the material time. Those who voted for Jonathan, is their constitutional democratic right. But please, leave those of us who are asking Nigerians to reject PDP and APC. Because it's only here. I say, if I vote for Shewore, I will waste my vote. If I vote for Ganifa, I will waste my vote. So it is by voting for a criminal gang that you won't lose your vote. Please. 2023 is ahead of us. And I have challenged you guys in the media. Help us to challenge these candidates. Don't let them talk about religion or their ethnicity. Ask them, what is your solution to insecurity? How do we take 60 million children off the street? Prof is talking about slavery. How are you going to stop our young people, emigrating? Now, I am taking up a case, if you must know, in the Gambia. We have 59 Africans, including 9 Nigerians. We're going to North Africa, to Europe, via Gambia to North Africa. In 2005, that mad fellow, Yaya Jammeh, killed them, all of them. But we have to pursue the matter. A panel of inquiry has just brought out a report that it was Yaya Jammeh that killed those young people. We are now asking for his trial. The government will come out with his white paper in May. So we are not just limited here. So if somebody says, why are you quarreling with those who are challenging the killers of Bola? I am challenging the killers of Nigerians I never met in the Gambia. Togolese, Ghanaians, 44 of them were Ghanaians. And the last time I was in Accra, I had to go and see the president. Are you just going to allow this thing? You are a senior lawyer, sir. What do we do? He said, we are waiting for the white paper. So please, let us talk of issues as opposed to personalities who have no solutions to the problems confronting the country. If you must know, and this can be painful, for us to know how important this country is. An election took place in the Gambia, and Yaya Jammeh said he was not going to leave. This will surprise you. The Nigerian Air Force, as part of ECOMOG, merely, I think it was the Air Force jet that flew over the presidential palace. The man ran out of the house and went to hide in a hospital, where in our phone I want to hand over. You're talking of the Gambia, talking of Sierra Leone, Liberia. Nigeria restored democracy in those countries. We are now saying in our own country, let us decide to say 2023, we are going to change the course of history. But if you go around looking for those who voted for Buhari in 2014 or 2019 or 2015, you are going to waste a lot of time and divert attention. I'm not part of this, your ethnic agenda. Oh, the enemies of certain part of the country voted for Buhari. No, I couldn't have voted for Buhari anyway. You know, because they were, for me, even those of you who say, oh, these parties are small. Some of us prefer to vote for those candidates. You know, because we also believe you can challenge the status quo. So please, let us now begin this business, you know, of challenging killers of our people, of challenging slave traders in this modern era, of challenging those who are arresting and detaining people and making money every day. You don't know about that? Every police station outside. Weekends, young people are arrested on the street. What do you do? On the street. And you are taken to either SSS, EFCC, and the rest of them. And I have said this publicly. You guys in the media have never joined me. There is no section of the law that allows the SSS to arrest anybody or detain anybody. Please, if you see an SSS official, ask them, please, what section of the law? It's an underground police unit, sir. Branch E. I think it's branch E. E branch, they used to call it. If you get your information, you give it to the police. This is an underground organization. You get your information, you give to the police to process. But now they are wearing uniform, wearing mask in a modern society. So please, these are the issues to address. And each of the candidates must be made to respond to these questions. Thank you very much.
10 worst hunger countries. Number 10, Nigeria. The population of Nigeria, West Africa, is more than 200 million, but the problem of poverty is very high here. People do not have money, so hunger is going to be seen increasing continuously with every day. According to the latest report, Nigeria's Global Hunger Index, GHI score, has come out to be 29.2. People do not get food on time, and every year millions of people die here, only due to starvation. In this way, in terms of the hunger index today, this country comes in the serious category. Number 9, Afghanistan. The situation in Afghanistan is very bad. Although 20 years ago its score was seen going beyond 50, today its condition is better since that time. But the last 1 to 2 years were very bad for it. In Afghanistan, whose population is around 38.5 million, most of the people suffer from poverty and hunger. People do not get food on time because there is a lot of corruption in the country. The war has also started here, due to which the condition of the country has worsened. Number 8. Lesotho. With a population of around 2,124,000, Lesotho is a less-known country in southern Africa, having many mountains and spectacular natural beauty. People here are jobless and poverty is very high. According to statistics, more than 60,000 people lost their lives here last year alone due to poverty and starvation. The GHI index of Lesotho is 30.07. Number 7. Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone is a wonderful country in West Africa, whose population is only 7.8 million, but you will find an extreme level of poverty in this country. Today, the child mortality rate is also very high. That is, many children here become victims of starvation at the age of 5 to 7 years. The GHI score of Sierra Leone is 30.09, so it also comes in the serious hunger index category. Number 6. Liberia. Liberia is a country in West Africa in which more than half of the population will be found to be victims of starvation or poverty. In this country, with a population of 5 million, you will get to see a lot of natural beauty, but the corrupt government has pushed the country down completely. Today, very few people know this country, and it's a very underrated country because of poverty. Today in Liberia, you will get to see GHI 31.04. Number 5. Mozambique. Mozambique is an African country with more than half of its population today suffering from extreme levels of poverty. More than half of the population here has never used electricity in life. The total population of this East African country is 30.4 million, and today Mozambique's GHI score is 33.1. With this score, it comes in the list of serious categories of hunger index. Number 4. Haiti. Haiti is an Arabian country. A few years ago today, its condition was not that bad. People used to live average level life, but in the last 10 to 15 years, this country has gone down a lot. Ironically, this country belongs to North America, the continent on which today is the top-class developed countries like the United States and Canada. Although natural beauty and beaches are amazing in this country, more than 60% of the population in Haiti has become a victim of starvation today. Here, today, you will get to see the latest GHI score of 33.5, and with this score, it becomes the 4th worst level country in the world according to the Hunger Index. Number 3. Madagascar. Madagascar is a country in East Africa, and its population is about 20.7 million. Although you'll get to see its infrastructure a little better than most African countries, people are so much backward here that even today the maximum population does not know about internet. This is because their entire focus is not on luxury but on food. Their basic need never seems to be fulfilled. So today's GHI score of Madagascar is 36. With this score, this country comes in the list of the alarming Hunger Index. Number 2. Timor-Leste. Timor-Leste is an Asian country. The population of this country present in Southeast Asia is only 1.3 million. Although the people here are a little well-educated and they know a lot about the world too, but poverty and starvation level is very high. Due to the high corruption, the country could not progress much, so today hunger is breaking its old records. On this day, the GHI of Timor-Leste has come out to be 37.6. In this way, it becomes the 2nd worst level country in the world according to the Hunger Index. Number 1. Chad. Chad country is located in Central Africa, which is known and recognized by the whole world as the Republic of Chad. The problem of hunger is very high in this country, with a population of about 16.1 million. The hunger is so great that people do not get food. Every year, more than 150,000 people fall ill due to starvation. Chad's GHI score for today is 44.7. In this way, it becomes the world's worst level country, according to the Hunger Index. This was all about today's video. Please like, share, and comment below. Thank you for watching.